We're starting with Ocho Candelicas, one of Harriet's favorite Hanukkah songs. Okay, so we need a favor here. We need the people on the wings to come on in. Come on in, sit in here. We're doing some filming for our gala tonight. So if y'all would move in, the filmmaker has asked that everybody move in, fill in. Come on, over there. Let's go. Come on, move in. Move in. Please. It's not that hard. We don't bite over here. Come on, you can come in. There's plenty of seats. Ocho Candelicas, what? Para May. Okay, good. Good. It's Ladino. Ladino is the Spanish Yiddish.
Yeah, there you
It was Yiddish for Sephardic-speaking Jews. Just so you know, Yiddish wasn't the only language, even though those of us from Eastern Europe call it the Mama Lushan, the mother tongue. In actuality, there was also, Ladino. So why don't you all come on over, sit down? You can all do that. Come on, come on, come on. I'm only doing this for Richie Culture because he told me to. And almost everything Richie tells me to do, I do. Almost. And there's Ben filming my head. I'm never quite sure what Ben's doing. So anyway, it's that time. It's good Shabbos time.
Shabbat Shalom. Oh, no. No. Again. Shabbat Shalom. There it is. All right. Happy Hanukkah, everybody. So, don't fall off the stage, Gary. This is my first Shabbat Friday night that I'm here with you all, where I'm not just like preaching at you. So I'm really excited to be a part of the service with you. And I want us all to arrive, right? We got a little bit of arrival with that Shabbat Shalom. But if you have your digital friends with you, to just say, thank you, friend, for being my friend. Take a Shabbat Shluff for at least the next hour and a half. Turn it off and put it in your pocket. And when we arrive on Shabbat, we arrive not alone. And I don't just mean with the people in the room. We arrive with angels. And that shit is as crazy as it sounds. We arrive with angels. And the reason I know this is because when I was pregnant with Frankie, so it was about 2 years ago, I was with the community that I was with before Beit Tshuva and sitting in the circle of musicians and rabbis as we kind of sat in circles in that community. And the musician across from me began to sing, Shalom Aleichem. And Shalom Aleichem at that community went like this. Calling all angels, welcome angels, come guide us home. Together we will walk on this winding road. Calling all angels. You get the idea, right? Want to try it with me for a second? Calling all angels, welcome angels, come guide us home. Together we will walk on this winding road. So she starts singing this song. And all of a sudden I was like, oh shit, there's an angel inside me right now. There's this rabbinic story that says for every fetus, there's an angel in the womb with the fetus. And that angel is teaching that fetus everything it's going to need to know. All the Torah it's going to need to know for its whole life. And then right at the moment of birth, the angel goes, shh. And we forget everything. Everything. All the Torah we need to know for our whole life. We knew it, and we forget everything. And a lot of people stop the story there, but the end of the story is that then we spend the rest of our lives recovering the Torah that we forgot. Because we know it. It's inside us. And when we invite in angels on Shabbat, it says we invite in two angels, the Talmud says. We invited a good angel and a bad angel. And if we come into Shabbat with a lot of chaos and mess, and I don't even really want to be at Shabbat, and there's all this stuff going on in my life, and why am I even here anyway? If we come in like that, the bad angel says, may it be like this every week. And the good angel has to say, Amen. And if we come into Shabbat, I'm feeling really good. I'm feeling holy. I'm feeling ready for a rest and a way to look back at my week. If I come into Shabbat like that, then the good angel says, may it be like this every week, and the bad angel says, Amen. I don't think the angels are trying to play with our lives. I think what the angels are there to teach us is this word Amen. This word Amen doesn't just mean, okay, we're done, let's move to the next prayer. This word Amen comes from the same word as emunah, which means trust. So when the good angel replies to the bad angel, may it be like this every week, and the good angel has to say Amen, the good angel is saying, trust. It's not always going to be like this. There will be times when there's a lot of chaos, and there will be times when there's a lot of joy, and all these different ways that we know the ebb and flow works in the world. And we can trust that. And that's something we can trust. So no matter how you are coming into the Shabbat, whether it's a chaotic moment, whether it feels profane and unholy, or whether it feels holy and joyful, and whatever you're bringing with you, don't leave a damn piece of it at the door. Bring all of it with you, because it's only then, when we have our angels with us, when we have all of our pieces with us, all of those broken pieces, it's only then that we can pray. And it's only then that we can really be here for one another in community and in love and in recovery. In recovery of the Torah we once knew, and in recovery of the lives that we want for ourselves. So Shabbat Shalom, we're going to go to a nigun that's going to bring us right into Shalom Aleichem and welcoming those angels with a different melody. Now we'll open our hearts even bigger to something bigger than ourselves with Ozi V'Zimrat Yah, which will be on your screen.
All right, we moved it up today in the service because we have a Hanukkah medley we're going to do later with the choir. But we had to fit this in for sure. All right, now we're all going to start together, and then after we go through the whole thing one time, I'm going to start with the left-hand side of the room. You're all going to join me, and then Rachel and Kobe are going to come in on the second part, and this half of the room is going to join, and we're all going to feel this together. All right. Ozi v'zimrat Yah vayehi li lishua. Ozi v'zimrat Yah
Hey, beautiful. So this is the point of the service with tzedakah and tshuva. These are the moments, so let's see, we need Cindy B, Sophia S, Jake D, Harrison M, and Josh K. So, tzedakah, like this is a way that we show one another that we are responsible to one another as a community. There's a halakha, a Jewish law that says if I'm traveling and I go and I'm at a friend's house and I'm staying with them and they go to light their Chanukiah and I don't have my own Chanukiah to light or my own candles or my own oil, not only should I light with them, but I should actually give them a little bit of money. And it's not just about Well, let me say what it is about. What it's about is that somebody shouldn't say, no, it's okay, I got this. Because it's about being able to receive help and give help and knowing that we are actually accountable to each other and in this together. As a household in the case of the lighting the candle, but even more so as Beit Tshuva. So that's why tzedakah, because we are communally, we are responsible to one another. And the same thing goes with tshuva, with return. And at Beit Tshuva, we do our tshuva out loud, because again, we are responsible to one another as a community. So whether it's repair or gratitude or whatever it is you need to bring to this community right now, because we are responsible to and accountable to one another. Who's on the mic? Let me check. Emily. Who's got some tshuva?
Good Shabbos, everybody. My name is Elizabeth. I'm a grateful member of this community, and I'm going to steal... Hi, Rabbi. And I'm going to steal a line from my friend Alan Lubert, who isn't here. I am also a recovering parent. The past 37 months have been ones of remarkable change. But the best change that came was what Beit Tshuva brought to me, to my son, who in this, his third sobriety anniversary, demonstrates what can be done with hard work and goodwill and a good soul. And I personally am grateful for all the friends I've made at Beit Tshuva and for what Beit Tshuva has brought to me in terms of practicing Judaism and being part of a truly splendid community. Thank you very much.
Hi, I'm Lindsay. I'm a grateful member of this community. I'd just like to give gratitude and a big you're kicking ass to Kaylee. Kaylee was my roommate when I was first in the house, and let me tell you, it was not a pretty picture. You've come a long, long way. I'm so proud of you, and you're just becoming a beautiful young woman. I love you so much.
Hi, my name's Larry. I'm a grateful member of this community. And I just want to give a shout out to my good buddy Alex and his mom Elizabeth. We came to this house right around the same time, and Elizabeth befriended my daughter in the first family group, for which I'm forever grateful. And they've maintained a relationship, which is really nice. And Alex, I'm proud of you.
Good Shabbos. Hi, I'm Susie, a very grateful member of this community, and happy Hanukkah, and happy birthday to my son, Joey. Happy birthday. And the words that you spoke, Rabbi Carey, about chaos and joy really kind of define the day that we're celebrating, and just really happy to focus on the joy, and thank you all for making that possible. Thanks.
Hi, I'm Jeff. I'm a grateful member of this community. I want to first give gratitude to Kaylee. Happy birthday. You're a pleasure to work with. You know how to keep me right-sized at all times, and I really appreciate that. But Brett, I don't know how to say thank you or give gratitude to you in a few words, because you're not a man of a few words. But I've been through a lot with you in this house, and the Vegas trip with you for Brett's funeral, and I just want to thank you for being a good friend. But Nolan, my boy Nolan, I know you hate when I do this, but I love you, Nolan. Probably one of my best friends outside of this house, and you're definitely my best friend in this house. thank you for reminding me to always smile. I don't think I've ever seen you mad, and even when you are, you still have a smile, which is just classic. And I just want to say happy birthday to everyone, especially you, Nolan.
Hi, everybody. I'm Jack. Hi, Jack. I wanted to say happy birthday to everybody, especially to Brett, my other rehab son. Congratulations. Nolan, there's not enough time for me to even talk about you. But thanks for the white strips with that bright smile you always have. Keep it going, everybody else. I wanted to say 3 things to be grateful for. 1, I want to be grateful to the Nassau County Courthouse in Long Island, New York, that released me back to California. I want to thank Janet over here in alternate sentencing for writing a beautiful letter. I also want to thank the court for allowing me not to have to be reporting to a probation officer, but I am accountable to myself and the community, so I'm thankful for that. The second thing I'm grateful for is to my ex-wife, who actually let me stay in the house with her and the kids because she didn't want me to stay in a hotel. And very shrewdly and very smart, she made me pay her instead of the hotel. But I didn't get the free continental breakfast that she promised me. Last but not least, I want to be thankful for my children. I don't say it enough. I know I say it a lot. But I'll just leave it with this. I had such a great time with them. We did a lot of things together. I bought them Hanukkah gifts. And the one thing before I left, I slept with my youngest son by his side, my 13-year-old. And the lights were out, and he started to cry hysterically. And I said, "What's wrong?" He said, "I hate to cry, but I have to tell you, Daddy, I had such a fun time with you." And it's like, it provides so much clarity to me that I'm just one step away from ruining everything, and it's not even worth it. It's not worth it. To that one more bed or whatever it may be. I'm grateful to this house, to be an alumni of this house now, and I'm so grateful that I'm able to live on my own and have community and have friends like you. And I'm very grateful, and I love my children to death. And I don't even need to hear that from them because I have fun with them already. So I keep on going.
Hi, I'm Jovi, a very grateful resident of this community. Well, I just wanted to express gratitude for the community and for having the opportunity to grow and to learn how to be accountable and be honest and to learn how to love myself. And I also really want to say happy birthday to Brett and Nolan and Kaylee, you too. I'll never forget the kindness you showed me during my first few days, and you've continued to show me since I've been here. And Brett and Nolan, you guys have been a real inspiration to me, and you've always made me laugh and smile, and you're just really amazing people that I look up to, and I'm really grateful to have as friends. I'm really, really proud of you. I'm really happy for you. Congratulations. I love you.
My name is Jason. I'm very grateful for this community. Jason. First of all, Rabbi Mark, you humbled me this evening. I want to thank you. I thank you and your wife for creating such a special place. They say that Disneyland is the greatest place on earth, but honestly, I would have to say that Beit Teshuvah is the greatest place on earth. And I thank the community. I know I'm a little rough around the edges, a little rigid. I thank you for putting up with me. I'm trying to be more open-minded, more open. Thank you.
Hi, my name is Evan. I'm here tonight honoring Jacob and Joy. I met Jacob some years ago. I became his big brother, his Jewish big brother. And we've known each other for quite a while. I'm just so proud of him, and I'm just honored to be here just because he's celebrating a birthday tonight, or a big night. And to Joy as well, who reached out. There was a great loss, and she reached out because she wanted to do the best for her son. And it's just been an honor. It's been 10 years since we've been together, and I'm just so proud of you. And every moment I spend with Jacob is just a gift for me. Thank you.
Last but not least. Hi, everybody. I'm Sam. I'm an alcoholic. And I'm grateful to be here tonight. And I just wanted to say thank you to my mom's friend Kate and Audrey for coming to support me. And if it wasn't for Dana, I wouldn't have ever found out about Beit Shuvah. And I'm lucky for that. Thank you.
And I'm grateful. I'm grateful for so much. I can't even express it all. I'm grateful for everybody being here. I'm grateful for Hanukkah, to tell you the truth. I love Hanukkah because it's about rededication. And we were in D.C. and then New York, so I was grateful to be in two different cities. One conference wasn't so much fun. It was good, though. Harriet hated it. And then yesterday we had the pleasure of speaking at a modern Orthodox yeshiva about addiction. And it was so interesting to talk to them and talk about different Jewish concepts, and they're looking at us like, huh? What are you talking about? I asked them about tshuva, and I said, you know, we're supposed to do tshuva every day. I quoted the Talmud, and they're all nodding their heads, and I said, and how many of you did tshuva yesterday? And crickets was all you heard. But it was really wonderful, and it was great. And what I'm most grateful for is that Beit Shuvah has afforded me the opportunity to go to all these places, all these years. And I'm really blessed, and I know that. And I'm grateful for all the birthdays, and I've known Kaylee 12 years, 13 years, long time. And watching you grow and seeing who you are, always having seen this person, this bright soul, and you seeing it and living it is just, it's about the greatest joy that anybody could get. And I'm so very, very grateful. And I'm grateful to Harriet, because through it all this week, through traveling and going and on the train and then a 7-hour plane flight back, I don't know why it was 7 hours, but it was, you kept loving and being loving. And for all my foibles and all the things I continue to do wrong, you're unafraid to tell me and to love me, even when you're telling me. And you teach all of us how to be firm and loving, how to be in truth and keep it real and be loving. And that really is what recovery is. And so I'm very, very grateful. Shabbat Shalom.
Choir, please step forward.
Well, it's cold outside and the people come together to get warm with each other, and the humble masses cry for something better. 'Cause the light came in and the light shone through the dark, through the dark. This is the season for the light, and the fire of the soul is burning bright, shining down, shining down, shining down on us all. Stands alone, shivering in the cold, looking for a place of his own. Didn't have to look too far for something better. 'Cause the light came in and the light shone through the dark, through the dark. This is the season for the light, and the fire of the soul is burning bright, shining down, shining down, shining down on us all. This is the season for the light, and the fire of the soul is burning bright, shining down, shining down, shining down on us all.
Keep me alive. Baru, Atai, Adonai, Eloheinu, no, Melaham, Hagomel, Lahaim, Tovat, Shegema, Nekol Tov. Praised are you, Adonai, our God, ruler, and the universe, who bestows God or good beyond our deserving, and who has dealt graciously with me.
Together. Mi shegemalcha kol tov, hu yigemalcha kol tov selah. May that cause you good, always bestow goodness upon you. Amen.
Amen. Congratulations.
Okay. I'm Nolan. I'm a grateful member of this community. I want to thank everybody for celebrating with us tonight. Apologize for the last-minute birthday speech. I want to thank Beit Teshuva for giving me my life back. I was really struggling with finding a passion in my life, and I actually just started a job I love, and it's probably going to be a career thanks to this place. I also want to thank my parents for never giving up on me. They were there when I wasn't even there for myself. Dad found me in a really bad place. He was out on his days off looking for me in a truck when I was sleeping in a truck. That's one thing I'll never forget is like my dad showing up and knocking on that window and my mom just like trying to get a hold of me. My mom started a Facebook and I'm her only friend. Like my mom doesn't do Facebook. She was trying everything as well. And then my cousin Robbie and Rachel, my cousins came through the house and I would have never even known about this place like without them. My dad called my cousin and was like, hey, my son's messed up right now. Like, I don't know what to do. My cousin let me sleep on his couch. Miserable detoxing. I was detoxing with Vicodin 5, which, being an opiate addict, I wasn't just doing an opiate or Vicodin 5. My uncles, for helping me get to this point, they've like supported me through this all. And my roommate is like, he's a hell of a dude. Competition, we run our own program, which is like endorphin replacement therapy. Keeps us sober, you know. And everybody else, my friends, I haven't had real friends since high school, and that's long gone. Rabbi and Harriet, I appreciate everything you guys have done for everything. Like, I will never be able to repay what you guys have given me. Like, this place is amazing, and like, you guys accept everybody, and that's huge. I don't know like what I could ever do to repay this place. My life is back in order for the most part. Thank you, everybody.
Okay, so I thought we were welcoming in new members. Right?
Yes.
Isn't that what's on next?
Yes.
You sure?
Yes.
Oh, no, whatever you say. You know, Glenn, I would never go against what you Right, but before we do this, you're over there. Before we do this, Richie Culture has Okay, we continue with Mizmor Shir on page 24. Okay, all of you, who took the videos? Who took the videos? Who took videos? Okay, do me a favor, just airdrop them to Richie's phone. Please, airdrop them to Richie's phone. Richie's phone should come up on your airdrop, right? Okay. Thank you, thank you. Richie said it wasn't high energy. But you could airdrop them to him anyway. So now we go into this song, welcoming the Shabbos bride, L'chor Dodi. I've spoken about it many times. And really, for me, what's so great about it is that it gives us such joy to be able to really just dance. And it's not just us dancing. Because we say the tradition says that we get a second soul tonight, and angels bring it to us. So it's us dancing the bride of Shabbos in. It's us dancing in this second soul. And it's also us dancing with angels. So find yourself an angel. And everybody get up and let's dance the bride of Shabbos in to L'chor Dodi.
Shah
Oh, hey, there it is. Thank you. I think she's here. Shabbat. Yeah, you feel that? Yes. Who's feeling Shabbat? Really? Who's feeling Shabbat? There it is. There it is. And not only do we get Shabbat tonight, we get the double blessing of Hanukkah. Right? Who's feeling Hanukkah? Yeah. 8 crazy nights. So what's cool about Hanukkah is there's this idea that not only is there a miracle that we celebrate, but we actually have a responsibility to publicize the miracle, to advertise the miracle, to talk about the miracle, to tell other people about the miracle. And here at Beit Shuvah, that miracle is recovery. And the miracle of recovery is that it works. It worked for my family. It works for me in my life and my loyalty to the experience of God in my life. The miracle of recovery is that it works. And Izzy is going to come up and tell us about the miracle of recovery in her life.
Hello, everyone. I'm Izzy, an addict and very grateful resident of this community. I had a couple ideas about this idea here. All right. I am an impossible girl. My desires reach beyond what I have access to in this realm. Like when the automatic paper towel machine won't recognize me as human, despite my persistent waving. Another dark, comical reminder that staying clean takes frustrating effort and at times means being invisible. As I was writing, let's see if I can scroll, okay. As I was writing, I struggled to find some way of using the word miracle without actually having to use it. I tried made-up versions, some borrowed, some imagined, like miracle-ish and miracleness and miracling. The word belongs to a kind of hallmark hollow that in turn lost all of its meaning beyond the sound it made in my mouth. How miraculous. Seriously though, I strongly believe in nuance, in observation, in beauty, and the pursuit of paying attention. One lazy afternoon a few weeks back, I was walking with Micah to his parents' place and happened to spot a plant with a gorgeous dusty green and lilac-colored leaves that perfectly echoed the colors woven in the sweater he was wearing. On gleeful impulse, I took him by the arm and drew him closer to this new familiar. The simultaneous feeling of something happening so out of the ordinary yet so fated to be is a feeling worth living for. I wonder why I'm here and make a conscious effort to practice making wonderful things happen. In fact, the reality of this approach is deliciously mundane. The miracle doesn't require an act of God. All that is required for that otherworldly feeling is a shift in perspective, a willingness to see oneself in all things. I still make wishes on eyelashes, hunt shooting stars, and hold my breath for good luck when passing through tunnels. Charming little rituals, each one a way to ensnare and examine the unbearable present moment, and less so about creating imaginary space for divine intervention. When I find myself alone in a rare moment of quiet, I'll sit on my bedroom floor with my ludicrous fashions keeping me company and gaze up at the walls where I've hung a poster, a patch, and a flag. The cardinal red poster reads in all caps, "Don't be a pussy." The patch boldly states, "Pleasure until forever." And the flag quietly breathes the word patience. 3 personal reminders to live fearlessly weird, play like tomorrow may never come, and proceed with caution. Living a beautiful life is a complex thing, so sense around, or else you might miss something good.
So the miracle of Hanukkah is also noticing, right? Noticing what's around us. So thank you for helping us notice tonight. Yeah, the willingness to notice, right? Like that's at the essence of miracle, is not so much that we know it all right away, but that we're willing to notice. We're willing to start the process of recovery, of surrender, of whatever, wherever we are in our journey. Good enough? Close enough? Yeah. Okay, great. Would you please light the candles for us? Let's pause. Yeah. Let's pause for lighter. Yes. Could you imagine this place and we're having trouble with a lighter? Come on.
The irony.
There we go. All right. Okay, let's try again.
All together.
Come on up to light the Shabbos candles. So this week's parsha is Miketz. It always comes at Hanukkah time. I wish I could tell you why, but that's the way the rabbis figured it out. So Miketz translates at the end of these things. So at the end of all the stuff that happened to Joseph, then all of a sudden, he comes up. He was in the pit, got to Potiphar's house, sort of something happened with him and Potiphar's wife, and he goes into prison, and now he's standing in front of Pharaoh. And as Rabbi Carey says in the Shmata, he realized that it wasn't him that was going to do anything, it was God. God will see to Pharaoh's welfare. And he gets all the stuff, and it's all great. And then there's a famine in the land, and there's a famine in Israel. And Jacob sends down 10 of his sons. That's it. Thank you. That was the pause needed. Okay. Because what happens? They don't recognize Joseph. But Joseph recognizes them. And he starts up and he asks who they are and he goes through this whole thing. And in this week's Parsha, it's so interesting because he can't let his brothers know who he is. And his brothers say, it's because of what we did to our brother that this is happening. So the brothers know that they've done wrong, and in a lot of ways this was their confession, this was their tshuva. And rather than accept it, Joseph exploits it. He keeps Shimeon and says, don't come back without your other brother. They go to Jacob. Jacob isn't so concerned that one of his sons is missing. And then they have to go back down. And they go back down with Benjamin. And once again, Joseph sets up this whole scenario. Puts the chalice in Benjamin's knapsack. Then they go and they stop him and they say, oh, you're a thief, and bring him back and blah, blah, blah. And all of the brothers say, we're not going anyplace. You're not going to take this kid. So here's another tshuva. It's a complete tshuva because whereas with Joseph they sold him to the Midianite traders, with Benjamin they don't do that. Here's another little footnote about Joseph. Twice they said that their father was alive. He didn't ask about him once. In all the years that Joseph was in charge in Egypt, never once sent word to his father. So, last week we learned that Joseph was a little bit bratty. Now, he's a brat with power. And unfortunately, Joseph uses his power to harm his brothers more. Now, I know that the tradition looks at Joseph as this great and wonderful Oz. But really, in this Parsha, he's the antithesis of what Judaism believes. And that is when somebody comes to you and they make a confession, and somebody has remorse, and when they're in the same situation, you consider it a complete tshuva, you forgive. Joseph couldn't forgive. His first son was named so that he could forget his father's house. Second son celebrated his good fortune. But when you forget your father's house, when you forget where you come from, when you forget the principles, then you turn into somebody that no matter how much money you have, how great you are, you turn into somebody that isn't you, that isn't really fully human. And what's so interesting is that the brothers turn out to be fully human beings in this Parsha. They care enough to say, you can't take my brother. We're standing with you, with him. So I think about it, and what's the therefore? For me, what's so important is to never forget where we come from. Never forget that we're human. Never forget that forgiveness is a core principle of our tradition. So I said it in the corner, and I say it now. This is rededication time. I'm asking you, I'm demanding of you, I'm leading you to forgive. I want everybody to think of one person that they still can't forgive. And I want you to think about how long ago it was that they harmed you. And I want you to think about, what do you gain from not forgiving? What do you lose by keeping the resentment? Forgive those that have harmed you because you want to be forgiven. That's one reason. The real reason for me is that if somebody has to harm me, isn't it sad that they're in such desperate straits? So when I can feel divine pathos for someone, then I'm living as a human being. When I can feel compassion and empathy for somebody who's so stuck that they have to harm me, then I'm following God's will. Forgiveness for me is the key, is the answer to all of my problems today. Forgiveness of self, forgiveness of others. Now, it doesn't mean that that wipes away what happened. It means I don't have to carry it with me. And when the person comes to me, I can greet them with an open heart. And after all, isn't that what we want from others? To greet us with an open heart. So let's learn from Joseph's mistakes. Let's learn how to be forgiving. Let's learn how to hear the people that want to make tshuva with us and really allow it. And those that don't or can't, just feel divine empathy. Because we become more human and more humane. And then we get rid of the eye disease of prejudice, the heart disease of hatred, and the soul disease of resentment. Shabbat shalom.
Shabbat shalom.
We continue with Anthem, a Leonard Cohen song.
The birds they sing at the break of day and start again. I heard them say, don't dwell on what has passed away or what is yet to be. The wars they will be fought again. The holy dove will be caught again. Bought and sold and bought again. The dove is never free. Ring the bells that still can ring. Forget your perfect offering. There is a crack in everything. That's how the light gets in. We ask for signs add up the parts, but you won't have the sum. You can strike up the march, but there is no drum. Every heart to love will come, but like a refugee, ring the bells that still can ring. Forget your perfect offering. There is a crack in everything. That's where the light gets in. Ring the bell that still can ring. Forget your perfect offering. There is a crack in everything. That's where the light gets in. That's where the light gets in. That's where the light gets in.
So Hanukkah's where the light gets in. And that music, that's where the light gets into my heart. So let that light guide you in the rest of this, and the rest of our prayer today. We'll continue with Baruch Hu on page 29. Please rise and let that light shine out. You can sit.
Shalom bimromam, hu yaseh shalom aleinu. Oseh shalom bimromam, hu yaseh shalom aleinu. Oseh shalom bimromam, hu yaseh shalom aleinu. Yaseh shalom.
Shalom Aleinu Ve'al Kol Yisrael.
Hey. 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 Escape from the bondage of being my own slave. The sorrow, the anguish, and mainly all the pain. Freedom from myself is something I attain by understanding choices was something I could change. So I chose to live than rather die in vain. It was never win or lose, cause it never was a game. On the daily I'm reminded of the beauty in his name. So I'm in pure awe when I look up to the sky, cause I can feel the presence and the love of Adonai. I never walk alone because it's always you and I. Taught to brace my darkness without it turns light. They coexist together, they no longer have to fight. We are here together, so let's all unite with the love that's in this room. We'll all just be alright. He who makes heavens and the wholeness in the heights, may he also grant wholeness to every one of us tonight. Hey, a little worn out.
I ask those who are in mourning, or if for the year of Kaddish, or someone who's observing a yard site to please rise and turn to page 67 for the mourner's Kaddish. If somebody's standing alone, please make sure that they're not. As a community, we observe the yard sites of Philip Marquise, Elise Wheat, Abraham Blumenthal, Rose Frank, George Conheim, Martha Smyrna Nimoy, Jeff Belsky, Ralph Bender, Calvin Mullen, and Randy Shockley Gray. The year of mourning for Meredith Baskin, Patricia Beckerman, Richard Block, John Cole, Bobby Dorn, Sylvia Feldman, Barbara Hare, Yale Hare, Dwight Keys, Jody Labov, Rachel Machbitz, Hyman Miller, Brett Nadler, Isaiah Negretti, Dee Dee Quinn, Gene Redstone, Tyler Shamash, Erwin Shapiro, Michael Shapsis, Michael Cielski, Phyllis Tell, Lester Trackman, Hannah Wilson, Donna Zivick. Together, Yikadal, Yikadash, Me'avah, Yomod, Yivrach, Yerutei, V'yamlich Malchutei, B'chayechon, V'yomechon, V'chayei Dechol Beit Yisrael, B'agalav, V'zman Kariv, V'imru, Amen. Yehei Shmei Rabba Mevarach, Le'olam Alamei Amaya, Yitbarach, V'yishtabach, V'yitpa'ar, V'yitramam, V'yitnasei, V'yitadar, v'yitaleh, v'yitalal, shemei dikudsha b'richu. Leila min kol birchata v'shirata, tush bechata v'nechemata, tamiran bi'alma b'imru, amen. Yehei shlama rabba min shemaya, v'chayim aleinu v'al kol Yisrael v'imru amen. Osei shalom b'mromav, hu yaseh shalom. Aleinu v'al kol Yisrael v'imru amen. May the one who makes peace in the high heavens send peace and comfort to all who mourn. Amen. Please be seated. So there's some announcements I want to run through now. Sunday night, we will create a blessing for recovery to send to the Tree of Life communities in Pittsburgh. So that's at 5 o'clock on Sunday for Hanukkah. Everyone is welcome. Our BTS 2019 marathon team, it's not too late to support our residents. By joining our Running for Recovery team, you can donate to their home pages on firstgiving.com, right? /Beit Tshuva. Oh, you search for Beit Tshuva, okay? So one of the things I do is I give each of the runners $18. If everybody gave 5 runners $18, if everybody here in this tonight, we would reach our goal for the marathon. So we're only talking about $90 a person. It's not a lot. Our gala is only 6 weeks away. It's our largest fundraising. This year we're honoring Marilyn Russell Kern and Brad Wiseman for their amazing leadership in our social enterprises. Invitations are being mailed next week. You can also give online through our website, and there's sponsorship information on the tables in the back. We hope to see everyone at this year's gala. You can call Avia or Janet for more info. And auction items, if you know of any store. So maybe you go to a restaurant. Ask them for a gift certificate for a gala, for a charity, and we'll send all the information to them, and you can let us know. They always want to do stuff because it gets more people into their store. The adult learning this coming Tuesday, I'm going to be teaching it. And so if you're interested, please RSVP to Jillian. Well, it was either you or Nicole, so I figured you. All right, so we know if we have a class. You can see all the other things. Our adult B'nai Mitzvah class, Pets at Services, etc. Most of all, we want to thank our sponsors. The Channon family, Nolan's family, Susan Barney, Lily and Ace, and Alex's family for sponsoring Shabbos. We need one more Shabbos sponsor, please. Who's going to raise their hand? Somebody. Thank you, Adam. Okay. Most of all, we want to wish you a great Shabbos. Now we turn to page 57 for the prayer and gratitude for recovery, and we ask all the remaining birthdays to come up.
O Lord my God, I cried unto you, and you did heal me. O Lord, you saved me from the peril, kept me alive.
Down here.
Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu melech haolam, hagomel l'chayavim tovot shegemalani kol tov. Praised are you, Adonai, our God, ruler of the universe, who bestows good beyond our deserving, and who has dealt graciously with me.
Together. Mi shegemalcha kol tov, hu yigemalcha kol tov selah.
May that which caused you good always bestow goodness upon you. Amen.
Okay, so if you're giving them cake, come on over. Go down. Brett's right there.
Hi, I'm Brett. This one. I'm a grateful member of this community. I'd like to start off by thanking my dad for always sticking by me. It's been a rocky road, but it's been a good year. Thank you for always having my back, being my biggest fan. I'd like to thank my mom, and down on the list, Harriet. She's my therapist. She's had my support and my back from day one. Earlier today, we were in her office, and Zach Jones was reminding me how he was absolutely not going to admit me. No way is he going to let this guy come into this house in the condition I was in, detox here, and join the program. He wanted me gone. So I refused to leave, and I had to spend my first night in the boardroom. But I'm glad I got to spend every night after that in my own bed. I'd like to thank my sister as well, who's here to support me, and all my friends along the way. Community has been it's been the keystone in my recovery. I've had a great group of friends along the way, and it's really showed me that life is worth living, especially when you have the right people to live it with. I'd also, strangely enough, like to thank Sleepy. You know, she drives me crazy, and the reason why she got her name Sleepy is because I thought I was a telepath communicating with my neighbor. And every time I'd go over there to talk to her about what was going on, she acted like she was just getting up from a nap, doing the sleepy girlfriend routine. I'd also like to thank the program that Nolan mentioned earlier, endorphin replacement therapy. Because of that, I've been able to lose 65 pounds. And it's a lot more than just exercising. It's exercising the power of positive thinking, yoga and meditation, and of course having people to go out and do these great things with has really opened my eyes and kind of stoked that inner fire, given me that lust for life that I always had. I may not always be the best example because the only steps you'll see me working are the Culver City ones. But I'm standing here all the same. So, thank you all. Thank you, and I'm sure I forgot to mention a few people, but I think my 2 minutes are up, and I'm going to pass the mic on.
Everybody, I'm Jacob, and I'm a grateful member of this community. I actually wrote something this time because last year I messed it up pretty badly. I'd first of all like to thank Rabbi and Harriet because, I mean, like, there's no deal about it. I would not be alive right now if it weren't for the two of you and all the hard work you put into keeping this place going. I'd also like to thank my treatment team, Zach, and I don't know if Earl is here, but Zach, you taught me how to be honest with myself and everyone around me. I'd like to thank all my family and friends. I'd also like to thank Evan, who's been a mentor and just never casted judgment on me, even when I was really losing my act. I'd like to thank my sponsor. I don't think he was able to make it tonight. And I'd also like to thank Ryan. Oh, he's there. Ryan, I talked to him on the phone before I even really, I knew I had to get sober, but I didn't want to get sober. And I was scared out of my mind, and Ryan, and his kindness and his positivity showed me that it was going to be all right. And told him I'd prove him wrong, and I'm wrong now. And lastly, I'd like to thank all the donors because I could not afford to get sober. I was broke, and as I've already said, like I had a really short shelf life before I came in here, and I was lucky enough and privileged enough to be able to get scholarship money to come here. And so if you're not sure if your money's worth it, it really is, and it really does help people. So thank you.
This one. Okay, so I wrote something because mine also was bad last year. I'm Kaylee. Can you hear me? Okay. Okay, so very first, I want to thank Rabbi and Harriet. Harriet for creating this place and turning it into what it is today from where it was, and Rabbi for always having my back no matter what. It feels unreal to me. I'm sorry, I'm gonna be reading, but I have to do this. It feels unreal to me that I would ever have this long clean. The first time I came to BTS as a resident, they actually referred me out. They believed that my opposition to authority and non-compliance needed a higher level of care. And today, if you include the time I was interning, I've actually worked here as a PF for a year and a half. I've worked so hard to get where I am today. Before, I had to go out and make the same mistakes again and again. Then I had to make them a bunch more times just to make sure that maybe I was right and everyone else was wrong. But I believe there's beauty to stubbornness. Although painful in the moment, it has forced me to learn for myself so that I can truly understand what it means to know I want something different. And today my life is so different. I thought I had to face the world alone, but I've learned it's okay to let people help me, and I'm forever grateful. So here are some of the people. I don't know if my friend Elliot is here, but I wrote something for him. This guy has probably heard more details about my life than my therapist. And I believe in him more than he knows, and I'll always be there for him. Jillian, you are probably one of the most solid chicks I've ever met. You have shown me more than anyone what it means to really trust another female, even after you may have almost killed me spotting me at the gym. The people I work with, Jake, Tara, Bradley, Xander, Jeremy, and everyone else, you guys work so hard every day to give our residents the same opportunity that we were given, and it's an honor to work next to the people that I looked up to for so long. And I also agree with Sergio that the PFs don't get enough recognition, so great job. He says that a lot. Ace, I don't even think words could begin to express. I'm sorry. I don't even think words could begin to express the gratitude I have for you. You've always believed in me way before I ever thought I deserved it. And you've shown me that you will always be there for me and love me despite my flaws. And I have a lot of them. And I appreciate everything you do for me every day, all the time. I love you. And lastly, Susan and Barney, you've been so nice to me and welcoming and loving, and thank you so much for letting me be a part of your family. And lastly, sorry, breathe. To all the residents, you guys are the best. I took a cake at the Marina Center the other day, and I want to say kind of something similar to what I said there was something along the lines of if you're sitting here and you're miserable, and it's not just because I've been talking forever, but because but you're like sick and tired, and you've been to some pretty dark places. Your life is about to get so much better, and you just need to stick around and, like they said, hold on and give yourself a chance. So thank you.
Alex, alcoholic, how you doing? Oh, man. You know, I only wanted to share one thing. Well, first of all, Tiffany, thank you. Amelia, thank you. Reagan, thank you. Mom, thank you. Andrew, thank you. Harriet, thank you. Rabbi, thank you. All the staff who've been here and the former staff, including Rabbi Matt, who was talking to me today, which is so nice. I cannot believe that I am here as the guy with the most time with 3 years. But that's the great part of being, December. Nobody wants to get sober in December. How did we get here? It's just like where the gas ran out of our, drug car and we wandered off into the desert of sobriety. It's exactly what happened for me. I didn't make a plan. Okay, I wanted to share one thing. As I had to give my actual birthday speech on the 4th, I was thinking, it was, for all the new people, and this is also going on what Rabbi just said, when you go up here and he says, talk to the new people, or talk to the people with birthdays, they did something right. It is way harder to be you, new people, whoever and wherever you are, than it is to be me. At least that was my experience. When I came here, I had a very special kind of detox going on, which was diabetic who drinks a lot of cheap whiskey detox. My blood sugar was probably like 9,000. I remember ducking out of stuff all the time to go back to my room so I could just pee and drink out of the sink like all the time. Sorry, I peed in the toilet and then I drank in the sink. I was sick and it was hard. And like the 4 hours of programming that we had to go through, or whatever it is, was so much harder than the 10,000 things a day that I have to do now. I work a 12-hour shift, and then I got 2 little ladies to go to, and I have a really, really full life, and it is 1,000 times easier than the long, dragged-out days of not being sober, newly sober. Not saying it's especially long because it's here. This place was pretty fun considering, but it was so much harder to do that stuff. If you find somebody that you like what they're saying, you should see what they do to get sober, because this is how life gets easier, in my opinion. A lot of people say, oh, it gets so harder, you just get better at doing it. I don't find what I'm doing now harder at all, even though there's a lot more of it. Go find somebody. It is a lot easier to exist and get through your day at 3 years than it is at no years, and the people who have a lot more years, I hope it's easier for them too, because that's what I'm looking forward to. Thank you.
The drug car ran out of gas? How'd you put that? That was just brilliant. I mean, really, the desert of sobriety. So we have to remember that there are still people who are ill. So we're going to say, Misha Berach, Avotenu v'Imatenu, Hu Yivarech v'Rapeh et HaCholim. May the one who blessed our ancestors, Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, Sarah, Rebecca, Rachel, and Leah, bless and heal. Please put out the names. Kodosh Baruch Hu, send them a complete healing, a healing of the body and a healing of the soul. And let us all say, Amen. Choir, come on up for the last Hanukkah medley. Eloheinu melech haolam, borei peri hagafet. Amen. Okay, so before we do the challenge, I just want to say thank you to the band. They did a great job. Thank you to the choir, right? Weren't they great with the Hanukkah and Ocho Candelitas? Thank you to Nate and to Rachel for leading us in such great prayer. Thank you. Come on, give it up. Give it up. And give it up for Rabbi Carey for such a great sermon, opening and sermon. Now grab a piece of challah or a piece of somebody who's got a piece of challah, but Baruch atah Adonai.
I see chocolate.